Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will go through what are, in my opinion, the best ways to make some gold right now in World of Warcraft, and just provide a couple of tips on how you can make sure to be as efficient as possible in making gold right now in World of Warcraft. So let's start with what is still, in my opinion, the best way to make some gold right now in patch 9.1.5, and these are of course the legendaries. I already made several videos on legendaries, so I'm really not gonna take too long on that, but really all of them are selling really well depending on the realm on which you're playing. At least low pop and medium pop realms, like, most likely will be able to still make a really good amount of gold with these different legendaries, but maybe on high pop realms it's a little bit more challenging. Of course, the ones that you really want to craft are the rank 6 and the rank 5, but also the rank 4, and all the other ranks still sell as well. But of course, the 5 and 6 are the biggest seller at the moment. In a video I published a couple of days ago, I'm explaining how I made 25 million gold in profits in 40 days, mostly selling these different legendaries. As you can see here, they're still selling for a lot of gold. Again, keep in mind, guys, that's on my realm. As you can see, I'm almost the only one selling all these different legendaries, and also I can craft all of them. So it was a lot of investment, but definitely it's worth it. So for me, legendaries are still number one, and it's something that if you haven't started, you can still consider starting. Maybe the cheapest one to level up, for instance the cloth one. Maybe you want to start upgrading the cape, but if you haven't started, it might be a little bit risky at that point in the game. Maybe you want to wait 9.2. It really depends on the prices of the material on your realm and of the gold you have ready to be invested in the different legendaries. But still, for me, that will be my number one. And I think really, I I don't think there has been one day in World of Warcraft one category of item that was so beneficial, at least for low pop and medium pop realms. It's just insane the amount of gold I've been able to do, and I hope you are also able to do at least like a minimum with these different legendaries. After that, still a strong category of items. For me, these are all the different item you can craft that have an item high level of 230 and 200. These blue items, you can craft some with leather working, with tailoring, with jewel crafting, and of course with blacksmithing. And really the best ones are of course the one from jewel crafting, the different rings and necklaces. They sell extremely well, and really, I mean, I know that I'm selling some on two different realms, one that is a low pop realm and another one that is a medium pop realm, and they really sell for good amount of gold, and again they sell pretty fast. So for me, all these different 230 items are really good still, even if we are more and more waiting for 9.2, so it's a little bit slower, but still you will be able to sell a lot of them. If you are wondering how you can start crafting these different items, you need to have the profession maxed, and then after that you need to upgrade your reputation linked to Kothia, and you will then be able to buy the different item necessary in order to just unlock the different recipes. Because as you can see, in order to craft one, you need to craft these crafters mark of the chain isles, and then basically you can just add it here, and it will make these base items 230. Same for the 200. I think this one you can get it by just increasing your reputation towards the death advance, and then for the other one it's the archivist codex that you need to upgrade in order to craft the 231. So if you haven't done so yet, really I think this is still something really good. I'm pretty sure you might already have all the different reputations maxed up at that point in the patch. So really, if you haven't considered yet crafting these different items, just check the value on your realm and the benefit you can make, and try, and I'm sure you will be able to make a decent amount of gold with these different BoEs. The third category is something that a lot of people are talking about right now, and this is the Mage Tower event. So the Mage Tower event is linked to the Legion Time Walking event, and it will last until January 2nd. And basically, this Mage Tower, I made a video explaining what it is and how you can make some gold with this event. But basically, this is just some challenges that are available for all the different classes and for all the different specializations. And in order to complete these different challenges, you need to kill one boss, and it's a little bit challenging, of course. And so a lot of people are buying some gems, some enchants, and some armor pieces from older expansions just in order to maximize their chances at successfully killing the boss within the challenge. So I made a video on that if you want to watch, but quickly, the best items you can sell during this event are, of course, all the different gems. So you have especially all the different Kraken Eyes and all these different gems from BFA. You also have all the different gems from the Burning Crusade that sell pretty well. There are like plenty of guides on YouTube on how to start crafting all these different gems, but really for me these are the main ones. Then when it comes to the different enchants, you want to craft the enchants that you cannot really craft for Shadowlands armor pieces. So it's going to be, for instance, these different leg armors that you can craft with leatherworking, and these ones are from Mist of Pandaria. Same here with the waist. You can craft these different buckles. Here you have one from Mist of Pandaria and one from Wrath of the Lich King. You have the same, for instance, the weapon. One that is really good at the moment is Crusader, because basically it's an enchant that really helps you killing the boss way easily. So this is something that a lot of people are buying. I sold a couple of them already, and really, if you have the chance, just start crafting these ones. So this is a good one as well. And then I think you also have not this one, but the shoulder ones. So this Greater Tiger Claw inscription. This is with inscription, and this is from Mist of Pandaria. So these are some really good items you want to craft. Then for the consumables, of course, you have the drums. So the drums are these items that you can craft, and then any class can activate heroism with this item. Right now, the prices on most realms is very high, so you can make a lot of gold by selling these different drums. As you can see, I sold, for instance, for now for 265,000 gold worth of drums, and right now, for instance, I have 165k more in just 2 days. So really, this is something that is extremely good at the moment. And I think another category I want to mention are the Gladiator craftable armor pieces from Mist of Pandaria. Basically, when you're crafting them with one of the relic of the past, you can have an item high level of 54 and the required level of 47. So you can use these items in the Mage Tower. And as you can see, all of them have some sockets. So really, this is something that a lot of people are buying because it's just way more effective to complete the challenge. So again, maybe you are interested in doing that. And of course, for instance, you can also sell only the Relic of the Past. The Relic of the Past are really easy to craft, and really they're selling pretty well as well right now. I'm selling a couple of them, but really this is another category of item that you might want to start looking into. But yeah, I'm sure there are other ways, but right now these are for me the main items I could really think of and that are actually worth spending a little bit of time on. So this is something that will still be relevant until the 2nd of January. So if you haven't started, again, you can definitely start now, and you can make a lot of gold with these different items, I'm sure. So the fourth categories of items I want to talk about are also going to be items relevant until the 2nd of January. And these are all the different items linked to the Winter Veil event. So I released the video a few days ago on the Winter Veil event and how to make some gold during this event. But just to summarize very quickly, you have a couple of items that are really good. First of all, you have the mounts that you can get by completing the daily quest and by buying a Savage Gift. So this is the minion of Grumpus. This mount is really good. It always sells, And again, you can maybe try to invest in a couple of them at the end of the event when they will be very cheap on the auction house, and then you can sell them throughout the year for probably like 3 or 4 times the amount of gold you spent. You also have a lot of different toys that are really, really interesting. So for instance, the different cushions. So these ones, you also need to complete a daily quest, and then you will receive a stolen present. And inside the stolen present, you have a chance of getting these different toys. You have another one that is available here in your garrison. I'm just going to show you very quickly. At this vendor, this is the same vendor that is also selling the Savage Gift, where you can get the mount. And basically, this is also this item. Very, very good. And it always, sell during the year. And finally, after that, you have one final category of items, and these are the different transmogs that you can craft during the period and that people can actually transmog. And also these transmogs are required to get some of the achievements. These are the winter clothes and the winter boots. So I'm already selling a couple of them, but really this is on many realms. This is something that will be profitable. As you can see here, I'm selling a couple of them. So really this is something interesting. And for me, all these different items are definitely going to be at the number 4 position, and maybe even number 3 at some point until the 2nd of January. So if you haven't started again, just check your realm, check if these different items have a great value, and then maybe consider investing in some of them. For instance, the different craftable materials are very, very easy to craft. You can buy the different recipes at the vendors, and then it's easy to craft. And same for the different daily quests. They're not challenging, and then you can just try your best at getting some of these toys and the mount. So after that, of course, we're going to have Rhina, because I think there is, at least on a couple of realms, there is a little bit of a scarcity when it comes to the different materials. So I would say that the materials for me right now are definitely going to be at number 5. I'm sure like a lot of people are currently farming, especially all the different hides and all the different ores. Also the silks that are really good, and the Cortat crystals. The prices increased a lot. As you can see now, it's like 422 gold average for the European realms, and it was probably like 100 gold a couple of weeks ago. So I would say that all these different materials are selling pretty well right now, and this is definitely something, if you like gathering profession, this is definitely something that will be pretty good at the moment. Again, keep in mind that with 9.2 only, probably going to be released in March. A lot of people are just waiting, and so a lot of people will usually like gather and things and do this type of farms probably are not playing right now, and so that's why there is a scarcity, and because of the scarcity, the prices are increasing. Of course, again, on hyper realms, that might not be the case. So probably the prices are still very low, but I know that on many realms, it might be a very interesting activity. So I would put gathering professions at number 5. At number 6, I'm going to put, of course, the different BoEs. So these BoEs still sell. I'm still selling like a lot of them, especially the weapons. They still sell for probably like more than 30k gold, things like that. As you can see here, I'm selling a couple of them for these prices. You, of course, have all the other BoEs, especially the ones from the latest Sanctuary of Domination, the latest raid. They always tend to sell, so really this is something you might still be interested in doing. When it comes to really the different farms, the open world farms, again, for the weapons it's good, and even all the other armor pieces such as these that are an eye level of 207, they still tend to sell pretty well. I'm still selling some of them. As you can see here, for instance, I bought one for 4k and sold it back in 7 days for 28k gold. So really, I'm sure you can find some interesting items, and I'm sure you can easily make some gold selling some of these. But yes, I'm only putting it at number 6 because like a lot of people are still not willing to invest a lot of gold at that moment in the patch. especially when everyone is waiting for patch 9.2. So this is still interesting, but only number 6 in my opinion. After that, I would say that we have, of course, all the different transmogs and all the different things you can farm from older expansions. These are still relevant, and especially I'm thinking about different mounts. I'm sure that, for instance, if you want to make some gold, you can either craft different mounts or you can try to farm all these different mounts. For instance, all the mounts that you can get from Battle for Azeroth are really interesting. You can also always craft all these different mounts, for instance, with alchemy or with engineering and blacksmithing, and they will always sell. I will make a video very, very soon on what are the best mounts from engineering and how you can easily craft them. And just I will try to explain, how you can do all of that. So for me, this is still a category of items that are really interesting. But of course, right now, with all the different items that are available, especially with the Mage Tower and with the different Winter Veil events, these are just a little bit less fast when it comes to selling them. So that's why I'm only putting them here. But they are still very, very interesting, and you should still be considering farming and crafting these different items if, for instance, you don't have a lot of legendaries upgraded and you cannot make a lot of gold with that, or if you're not interested simply in farming the items from the Mage Tower or the Winter Veil event. So I'm going to put them here. Still some very, very good items. Same, you have, for instance, all the different items from the island explorations. From Battle for Azeroth, these ones always sell, and they have a really good sell rate. So all these different items from older expansions are still great, and you should still consider doing them. At last, normally I'm putting this category probably like number 1 or number 2, because like realistically, this is really with that type of farming that you will make the most gold. But as this is really just limited to a few people, I'm only going to put at number 8. But these are, of course, all the boosting activities, whether it's for PvP, for Torghast, for raids, or for other things. For instance, a lot of people will sell you all the different achievement months and things like that, or for instance, like rare spawns, and they will just find ways to sell all these different rewards to you. So these are really good, and I know that a lot of people are making hundreds of millions of gold by doing all these different boosting activities. If you are good, for instance, at PvP, or really good at Mythic Plus or things like that, maybe you want to consider, like offering your services for gold. Of course, it's normally only for gold. You are not allowed to do it for real money, but we all know that exists as well. But if you don't want to get your account banned, maybe you just want to do it for gold. I'm pretty sure the easiest is probably going to be like PvP. You can do, like some like 2v2 or 3v3s, just like maybe 10 wins, things like that, for the people who want some conquest points. And then same with Mythic Plus. People just want the plus 15. So if you have, like, for instance, a group of friends and you guys are all good, you can definitely do that. You can advertise in trade chat. And yeah, I know that really this is a good activity to do. So if you are good and you want to try, maybe go on, like the different forums and try to find people who can, give you some tips and really just make you start. But yeah, again, this is limited to only a few people, so I'm only going to put at number 8, even if realistically probably it's the first or the second position in terms of gold you can make. But yeah. So that's it, guys, for today's video. I will be back soon with other videos, and I will probably try to make another recap on what are the best ways to make some gold probably like in a month or 2. And of course, when 9.2 will be released, I will also make sure to make a video then. But yeah, that's it for now. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I really hope you will all have some great holidays, spend some time with your family if you can, and also always stay safe with COVID and everything. But yeah, I really hope everyone is well. And yeah, I will see you all very soon for another video. So until then, bye bye.